Subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified about the highlights of India's smartest podcast, The Ranveer Show. This is TRS Clips.
Then that company came to a size where, like most consulting firms, it really could not grow beyond. The consulting firms, which are boutique consulting firms, don't really grow in scale because it's very manpower and personality intensive, and scaling means adding more people, which means more costs. So eventually you come to that sweet spot of a certain amount of a turnover, beyond which if you try to take it, then the boutiqueness goes away, and it's something there. And by this time I was doing many other things also within the group, in the Mahindra group. And of course learning a lot, learning about how corporates work, learned a lot about sales, because I think one of the most important things that everybody should learn is sales. Because with sales, you learn one very important lesson, and that lesson is not to take rejection personally. You go and pitch to 10 customers, only 3 of them will buy it, because only 3 out of 10 will buy. But the remaining 7, when they reject you, they're not rejecting you, the individual. They're rejecting, and they may be rejecting for n number of reasons, and some of them may have nothing to do with you. But that ability to take rejection, ability to go and say, sir, okay, sir, no problem, we'll come back again, we'll try again, and all of that, that actually was a very solid training ground. Also, I knew that unlike many of my colleagues, I did not have a formal education in the management theories, a formal as in an MBA. So I have not studied advertising, I have not studied finance, I have not studied, but as a CEO, I needed to understand all of that. I needed to understand the nuances of that. And I still remember there were friends, one of my friends called Prabir Talati, who's again a very big guy in the private equity space today. I remember going literally to his house and sitting at his feet. I remember sitting on the floor. We would take out his laptop and say, "Samjha de bhai, SGNA kya hota hai? What is the bloody SGNA?" And he would explain to me line by line the items on it and say, "This is IRR, this is internal rate of return, this is what investors look at." So learning from them. I had another friend called Vivek Kamath who actually heads this company called Matrix, which manages a lot of celebrities. Many of the celebrities you interview are managed by him. And he at that point of time used to work in an advertising agency. So he would teach me the nuances of advertising, that you give only one message at a time. You don't confuse the audience with too many messages and all. So I was literally learning the nuances of various different trade crafts that are required in business from the masters and sitting at their feet, which I found is one of the best models for me to learn. I've studied like that throughout my school, throughout my college. I've always gone to somebody who has been really good at that subject and just said, "Jab tu revise karta hai na, mere ko bitha le side mein. I'll just listen to you and I'll understand it. If I have some questions, I'll ask you," and all of that. So I understood the importance of learning at a very early stage, even when I came into the corporate.